All right, let's go over this first example, example Q. This one you did by yourself. See how it goes. Go ahead, Savannah. What'd you get for number 1Q? What is it? 2. Hands if you got 2. All right, so this one, we got 1, 2, 3 negatives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positives. 0 pair, we end up with positive 2. Using the number line, we start at 0. This one says to go to the left 3. 1, 2, 3. This one says to go to the right 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that lands at positive 2. Ground 0. We got negative 3. Positive 5. Avery, will all this dirt fill in this hole? No, very good. Only this much. So that means we're left with positive 2. Yes? And the last one, using the absolute value. Negative 3 plus 5. Absolute value of negative 3 is 3. Absolute value of 5 is 5. They're not the same sign, so we subtract. That's 2. Which is the greatest one? The 5. What was the sign? Positive, and that's what we end up with. Okay? All right. Move on. So, if you guys remember, the first part of the year we did a lot of work with positive and negative numbers. Is that correct? Okay. And we applied it to elevators, sales of CDs, and toys, and so on and so forth. So we should have enough practice with that. So let's start moving on to the next part. The next part, we start to get into expressions. So the next part, if you want to label that expressions. And when we introduced expressions at the beginning of the year, there were 2 types of expressions. And I remember for some of us, I think I used the idea of a concert. You guys remember that? Kind of, sort of. For those of you that don't remember, that's fine. But expressions have 2 names. This one is one, and the other one is algebraic. See if you can talk it over with your neighbor. I'm going to show you the algebraic. And tell your neighbor which one are we missing from this side. What is that other expression called? Talk it over with your neighbor. Gabriel and Michaela, if you guys want to sit on this side, so you can face that way. You're good? Okay. Let's see. Face Diaz. What did your neighbor say in regards to the other expression? What is it? Did everybody hear that? Numerical expression. So if that goes here, that is correct. Numerical. And if it's numerical, let me look at algebraic, also known as variable. Variable. This is a variable expression because it has what? Tell your neighbor, what does it have? So if we take that away, a numerical expression should look like this. Is that correct? Okay. Let's see, using those 2 numbers, who can give me another numerical expression? Sergio. Wow, I said using those numbers. Andres. Yeah. 3 times 5. Thank you. Thank you. Daniel, give me another numerical. Another one. 3 divided by 5. And by the way, this becomes like a fraction. Is that correct? Okay. And who can give me the last one? Let's see. Seabass. Bam. 3 minus 5. All right. So everybody gets the idea, right? Numericals just have numbers and operations. Variables have numbers and operations, and they include variables. So let's get started with some of these. Here we go. Number 2. Let's see how we do with this one. -1 plus 2 plus -3 plus 2 plus -4. Okay, I'm going to go through this one so that we remember how we approach these numerical expressions. And I said, first thing, try to see if there's any zero pairs. By zero pairs, remember that if we have a -2, then there has to be a +2, and that becomes a zero pair. Remember that? So, by looking at it right now, we don't really see a zero pair. However, who sees this? -4 and what's left? -4. Hands if you got that. Okay, let's do another one. Now that we got warmed up, here we go. Example 2Q. -3 plus 5 plus -1 plus 2. Oh, sorry. Plus 3 plus -5. Go. Keep it to yourself. Don't say it out loud. Andres. All right, check with the neighbors, see if they have something similar to yours. All right, let's see. Look up, everyone. Let's see. We have a -3. I'm going to do a Terminator scan. Oh, here it is. This cancels. 5 and -5 cancel. What is 2 minus 1? Hands if you got that. Okay. Now, I'm going to increase the numbers. See how you do. Here we go. Example 2, super Q. Here we go. 2 plus -1 plus 3 plus -4 plus 6 plus -4 plus plus 6. Go. All right. Let's see. Brian, what'd you get? Brian got 8. Hands if you got 8. That is correct. Here we go. Let's look at this. Focus, please. So at the first scan, we don't see anything in particular. However, what is 2 plus 3? What is -1 and -4? So this is 5. This is -5. That means all of these cancel. Next, what is 6 plus 6? minus 4. Let's do another one. I want to make sure that we get the majority of us get it correct. Example 2, mega q. There you go. 4 plus negative 3 plus 6 plus negative 8 plus 2. See what you get. All right. Let's see. Go ahead, Natalie. What'd you get? Natalie got 1. Hands if you got 1. That is correct. Now, at the first scan, I don't really see anything, but if I go backwards, what is 2 plus 6? And negative 8? Cancel. So what is 4 minus 3? 1. Okay? So now, look up, please. If you notice, on all of these, I've only been using addition. Oh, yes. Now let's go to subtraction. 2 super Q. Oh, no. I already did super Q. Super duper Q. Here we go. Focus, please. Joel, focus. Chris B. Negative 1 minus 2 minus negative 3 minus 5. I'm going to walk this one through to make sure you remember. Look up, please. Here we go. Whenever you have two numbers like this negative attaches to that number, and all you have to do is put a little plus sign right there. So that became a what? A negative 2. Now, whenever you have a negative outside of another negative, this becomes a positive 3. This one stayed a negative, put a little plus sign there. So let's see. We got negative 1, negative 2, and negative 5. Yes? But if you look at these two, this is negative 3, and this is positive 3. That means these cancel, and we're left with negative 5. Do another one. 2 Shazam Q. Here we go. Negative 3. Negative 3 minus 4 minus negative 8 minus 1. Keep it to yourself. See what you get. Okay. Let's see a volunteer from Ms. Leal's class. From Ms. Leal's class. Yes. They said the answer is 0. Hands if you got that. That is correct. Now, look up, please. Now, a faster way of doing this, I went through the shortcut with my students. Here goes the shortcut for you guys. All you have to do is circle the sign in front of it, and that is the sign for that number. This, of course, becomes a positive, and that goes with that. You don't have to put the little pluses in between because we know we're doing addition and subtraction, yes? Therefore, -3 and -4, that's -7, and -1, that's -8 plus 8, and that's how we get 0. Everybody following? All right. So here goes the challenge 1. I'm going to do addition and subtraction. 2 Power Rangers cube. Here we go. -1 plus -2 plus 4 minus -3 plus -5. See what you do with that. Keep it to yourself. Don't say it out loud. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Nailea, what'd you get for this one? Negative what? Hands if you got -1. That is correct. Here it goes. Here we have a -1, -2. This one becomes a positive. This one is a negative. So let's see. -1 and -2, that's -3. And +3, these cancel. 4 and -5, that's -1. Yes? Okay, show me with your fingers how comfortable you are with these. 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest. All right? Okay, let's move on. So, this same idea, when we move into algebraic or variable expressions, we do the same thing. So, write example 3q. Here we go. -2x plus 5x plus -2x plus 4x. Okay, let's do this one together. I got you. Here we go. So, look up, please. Okay, do me a favor, pens, pencils down. Look up to the screen. Writing utensils down. Look up to the screen. Now, this is where some of you start getting lost because of the variables and positive and negative numbers. I want to clarify this. So first of all, do a scan, and do you see that it's only X values here? Which means you don't have to worry about the variables anymore. All you have to do is worry about positive and negative numbers. So here we go. Here we have a -2. We have another -2. So what is -2 and -2? -4. Do you see a +4 anywhere? Yes, this one. So these cancel, and we're left with 5x. Do another one. Example 3 super Q. Should be able to do this one by yourself. Yes, Yvette. I can't hear. Go. Guys, keep it down. Anyways, here we go. -4y plus 1y plus negative 2y plus 5y. Let people think, please. Thank you. Okay. Who got 0? That is correct. Here it goes, for those of you that didn't get that. Look up, please. Here it goes. This is a negative. Oh, by the way, notice that we only have y values. Therefore, we just focus on positive and negative numbers. Here we go. Negative 4 and negative 2, that becomes negative 6y. 1y and 5y becomes positive 6y. Therefore, this is a 0 pair. Do another one. Example 3 mega cube. Here we go. 4a plus negative 2a plus 3a plus 6a. Oops, sorry. Hold on. Plus negative, okay, 5a. See if you can do that by yourself. What? Oh, there's plenty of doors. We have 3, 4 exits. Sergio, pass it to one of your neighbors. This one. Oh my goodness. What is it? Marcus, what'd you get? Who got 6a? That is correct. We got 4 plus 3, that's 7. Then we got negative 2 and negative 5, that's negative 7. So all of these cancel. We're left with 6a. All right? So now that we got that done, now let's move on to a little bit more complex of an expression. Now we're going to mix two different variables with addition and subtraction. Here we go. Example number 4. Here we go. Mark will stop that with a ruler. We got 2x plus 3y plus negative 5x plus 4y. Let's do this one together. First scan is look for variables that are the same kind. So I see x and x. So I'm going to box those two. And I'm going to focus on those two. What is the sign on this one? Negative 5. What is the sign on this coefficient? 2. What is 2 and negative 5? Negative 3x. Okay? We move on to the next one. Here's a y. Here's another y. Therefore, what is 4 plus 3? So this is plus 7y, and we're done. We cannot combine x's and y's. Therefore, we leave it as is. Let's do another one. Example 4 cubed. Here we go. Negative 5x plus 6y plus negative 2x plus negative 4y See what you get for that. Don't say it out loud. Keep it to yourself. All right. Let's see. Kayla with a Q. What'd you get? I can't hear. Negative 7x plus 2y. Hands if you got that. That is correct. Here it goes. We have x here and x here. What is the coefficient? Negative 2 and negative 5. That's negative 7. We got 6y and negative 4y. So we focus on the coefficients. What is 6 minus 4? 2. And that's how we get that. Do one last one, and then we're going to go do a challenge one. Here we go. Example 4, mega Q. Here we go. 6x plus negative 2y plus 1x plus negative 4y plus 7x, and that's it. Go. Be nice. Okay. What you get for this one, Jose Gustavo? What'd you get? I can't hear you. Say it loud. 14x plus negative 6y. Hands if you got that. That is correct. All right. Here goes the challenge one. On this challenge one, I'm going to make two different variables and integers by themselves. All right, here we go. Example 4. How about Star Wars Cube? Here we go. Negative 1 plus 2x plus 6 plus 3y plus negative 2x plus negative 6 plus negative 5y. Go. Keep it to yourself. Let people think. Bless you. All right, check with your neighbors, see what they got. All right, let's see. Jocelyn, what'd you get? Yes. What is it? Negative 1 plus negative 2y. Hands if you got that. Hold on. Technically, it is correct, but from now on, whenever you see something like this, you need to set it in standard form. What is that? From highest to lowest degree, or which means the variables first and the constants at the end. So this would be negative 2y plus negative 1. Okay? And here goes the process. For those of you, guys, pay attention. For those of you that brought your colored pens, this is the time that you can use them to differentiate one thing from another. So watch. I'm going to use red first. I'm going to start with the integers. Negative 1, positive 6, and negative 6. Do you guys see any zero pairs? Yes, right here, and we're left with negative 1. Next, 2x, negative 2x, there is no other, and those are zero pairs, and they cancel. And at the end, we're left with 3y and negative 5y, so negative 5 plus 3, that's negative 2. Yes? No? Your attention really quick? Question was, if you don't write it in standard form, do you get it wrong? When you get to the smarter balance, your attention please. Look up to the screen. When you get to the smarter balance, they're going to present it either like this or like this, and they're going to say, which is equivalent. Which of these is equivalent to this expression? Pay attention, please. So, they can either leave it like this or like this. They're not going to say put it in standard form. The reason that we're showing you in standard form so that you can see the different ways of writing it. Does that make sense? All right. How are we doing with these? Good? Okay, one last one, and then we're going to move on to equations. Here we go. Example 4, Dragon Ball Z cube. Here we go. This is a long one, so write small, please. Here we go. Negative 2 plus negative 3y plus 4 plus 3x plus negative 4 plus 5x plus 6y plus negative 8x plus 1. Go. Remember, start with 1, focus on that one, simplify it, go to the next one, and so on and so forth. All right. By what I hear, I think we have an answer, right? Let's see. Arturo, what'd you get? 3y, what else? Minus 1. Hands if you got that. Okay. Who wrote it like this? 3y plus negative 1. That is also correct. And if it was the standard, the smarter balance, which other way could we write this? Tell your neighbor, please. Which other way could we write this? So this is the first way. The second way, the third way would be what? Negative 1 plus 3y. Okay? Yes. If you put what? No, as long as you pick the one, they're going to show you different ways of looking at it, and just pick one. All right. So, show me with your fingers, 1 through 5, how comfortable you are with these, 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest. Okay. All right. Some of you need a manicure already. All right, let's move on. So, from there, look up, please. So our school year started like this. Look up. We started with real numbers. Is that correct? From there, we went to expressions. From there, we went to equations. And right now, we're going to focus on, check this out. There's 2 types that we covered so far. 1 variable and 2 variables. And when the 2 variable, that's when we got the system of equations and all that. Remember that? So right now we're going to focus on 1 variable equation. Okay? Here we go. 1 variable equation. Number 5. Bless you. Here goes a rigorous one. X plus 1 equals 2. All right. Look up, look up, look up. Here we go. For those of us that get confused with equations, I always ask everyone to draw a line down the equal sign to remember that we're looking at a scale. It has to be balanced, that scale. So, here's our variable. We need to leave the variable by itself. What's next to it? Plus 1. What is the inverse operation? Minus 1 minus 1, x equals 1. Now, the reason I said it was rigorous, because now we're going to use it with cups and tiles. Well, that's fine. We're going to draw them. Okay, here we go. Now, the reason I'm going to show you cups and tiles, because once again, in the smarter balance, they're probably going to present something that looks with figures and integer tiles. So check this out. They're going to present it like this. For the variable, they're going to say, here's 1 cup. And I'm just going to use a little circle for the cup. Do you see if we're looking at it from the top view, like a satellite view. You guys see that it's a cup? All right? Now, how many positives do you see there? 1. So I'm going to put 1 positive integer. I'm going to draw a line down. That's my equal sign. And how many positive tiles do you have on the other side? 1, 2. So they're going to ask the question, how many tiles will fit in this cup? We don't know yet because we have this one next to the cup and these other 2 on the other side. How do we cancel this positive one? So here you do a negative, and whatever we do to one side, we do to the other side. All right, let's see. These cancel. We bring this down. These cancel, and we're left with positive 1. And that's how you use tiles. do another one. Example 5 cubed. Here we go. X minus 3 equals, okay, 6. Solve that one and then use the tiles also. Yeah, I know. I understand. Yes, I want it both ways, with cups and tiles on the side. Ah, that. Thank you. All right, here we go. Line down the equal sign. Here we go, plus 3 plus 3, x equals 9. Hands if you got that. Okay? All right, now let's use tiles. 1 cup, 3 negatives, 1, 2, 3, equal sign. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So far so good? All right. How do we cancel these 3? 1, 2, 3. Oh. 1, 2, 3. Whatever we do to one side, we do to the other. And then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Are we doing good? All right. Before we continue, let's take a stretcher. Everybody stand up. Stretch, stretch, reach up, stretch up. Mark, get up. Mark, Thomason. Thank you. Okay, stretch it out. Now to the side. Tickle your neighbor's ear. Just kidding. Not tickling ears. If you have any trash, right now is the time to throw it away. All right. Have a seat. Yes. Have a seat, please. All right. Here we go. Focus, please. All right. I'm going to go a little bit faster now with one variable, one-step equations. Then we're going to do two-step equations. And for right now, we're not going to do cups and tiles. We're just going to solve them. Here we go. Example 6 cubed. Solve and name the properties. Here we go. 2x plus 3 equals 13. Line down the equal sign. We need to leave the x by itself. What operation is here? It's multiplication. Here we have addition. We always start with addition and subtraction. So what is the inverse? Minus 3 minus 3. 2x equals 10. This is multiplication. The inverse is division. Divide by 2. Divide by 2. X equals 5. Hands if you got that? Okay, are we done? Yes. Properties. What did we do here to each side? So we write subtraction, property of equality. What do we do here to each side? Divided, so division, property of equality. And then at the end we just write simplify. It's already simplified. Let's do another one, example 6, mega Q. You do this one by yourself, now that you know what to do. 4y minus 7 equals 13. Go. Let people concentrate, please. All right. Let's see. Line down the equal sign. What do I do first, Brian Niebla? Add 7 to both sides. That is correct. We end up with 4y equals 20. From there, we need to leave y by itself. 4 is multiplying, so I need to divide by 4. Divide by 4. Therefore, y equals 5. Properties. Here we go. Guys, focus. Properties. Here we add it to each side, so it's addition. Property of equality. Here we divide it, so it's division, property of equality. At the end, simplify it. All right, example 6, Shazam Q. Here we go. X divided by 7, bless you, minus 2 equals 6. Are you serious? Asking me that? No. All right. Juan, what's the first step? What do we do? Can't hear. Add 2 to both sides. X over 7 equals 8. Pass it to someone. Michael, what do I do next? Can't hear you. Multiply times 7. Multiply times 7. X equals 56. Hands if you got that. All right, and properties. Pass it to someone for the properties. Can't hear. Lily, go. Addition, property of equality. Are you asking me or are you telling me? Oh, be nice. Multiplication, property of equality. Simplify. Hands if you got that. Okay. So now that we're done with easy stuff, yes? All right, let's move on to multi-step equations. Here we go. Multi-step equations. Are we on number 7, is it? Number 7. Here we go. 4x plus 2 plus 3x equals, 9. All right, first steps first. We always start by simplifying. Draw your line down. Let's simplify this side. Can we combine like terms? Yes, we got 4 and 3. That becomes 7x. Bring down the plus 2 equal to 9. Does that look familiar? Yes. You know what to do from there? Finish it off. All right. Here, subtract 2, 7x equals 7. Divide by 7, divide by 7. X equals 1. Hands if you got that. Okay. Now let's use the property. Let's see. At this point, look up, please. I'll wait. Focus, please. All right, here we go. At this point, what do? We combine like terms, right? But that's not a property. The properties are commutative and associative properties of addition. Yes. What? Yeah, combined like terms, but that's not a property. No, you said we combine like terms? Yes. From there we do subtraction, property of equality, and then from there division, property of equality, and then simplify. Okay, here goes one for you. Do this one by yourself. 7 cubed. 6y minus 4 plus negative 2y equals 20. Go. See what you get for that one. Focus, please. All right. Let's see. Walk me through this process, Nevin. What do I do? Line down the equal sign. Before that, combine 6y with negative 2y, and that leaves us with 4y. Bring down the negative 4 equals 20. Hands if you did that step. Okay? Next, continue. Add 4 to both sides. We're left with 4y equals 24. And then divide by 4, y equals 6. Pass it to someone for the properties. Joey, what are the properties? Commutative and associative properties of addition. No, finish it off. What's next? Addition, property of equality. Division, property of equality. And simplify. Hands, have you got that? Okay. How are we doing with these? Now it's a piece of cake, right? By this time of the year? Okay, let's move on. Let's go to another multi-step. This was 7, what? Q. Go to 8Q. Here we go. Okay, 8Q. 6x plus 3 equals 4x. Okay, negative. Negative 7. Line down the equal sign. Okay. Focus, please. Look at the left side first. I'm gonna first. No, I know. I'm gonna walk one together, and then we'll do another one by yourself. Look at this side. Can we simplify this? No. Then you focus on the other side. Can you simplify this? No. Therefore, at that point, then we need to get all variables to one side. Where do we start, everyone? Smallest one. Very good. What is the smallest one? So what is the opposite of positive 4x? Negative 4x. Negative 4x. These cancel. We're left with 2x plus 3 equals negative 7. Do we know what to do from there? Yes. So let me go a little bit faster. Minus 3 minus 3. 2x equals negative 10. Divide by 2. X equals negative 5. For this next portion, you don't have to write the properties. We're going to go a little bit faster now. Here we go. Okay, from this point forward, we're not going to write the properties except for Avery. All right, here we go. 8 mega cubed. Write this down. 7a plus 6 equals 2a, okay, minus 9. All right, let's see. By what I hear, we're already done, right? Okay, give me the first step. Let's see. Ms. Leal, Bella. Bella, what would be our first step? Say that again. Negative 2a, negative 2a. We're left with 5a plus 6 equals negative 9. Pass it to someone, Bella. Savannah. Subtract 6. Subtract 6. What do you get? What do we write? 5a equals negative 15. Finish it off. A equals negative 3. Hands, have you got that? Okay. All right, let's move on. Let's kick it up a notch. Here we go. Do example 9. Here we go. 2y plus 3 plus 3y equals 4y minus 7. See if you can do this one by yourself. Remember, simplify one side all the way, and then get all variables to the other side. Yeah, those are because we went to bed till like 3. Yeah? Yeah, and they didn't leave till like 2 in the morning. All right. All right, here we go. Savannah, pass it to someone from Ms. Leal's class. Jaden, what's the first thing we do? Add 2y to what? Okay, so Jaden says we add 2y to 3y. That means we combine like terms, so we were left with 5y plus 3 equals 4y minus 7. And we did that. Okay? Pass to someone, Jaden, from your class. Who? Jay? Okay. Subtract 4y. Subtract 4y. We're left with y plus 3 equals to negative 7. Okay. And pass it to me. All right. Here we go. minus 3 minus 3, y equals negative 10. Hands, if you got that? This should be a piece of cake, right? Okay, let me show you how they might introduce this at Common Core. Here we go, example 9Q. 9Q. Copy this. Yeah, in the front, I think. Okay. Look up to the screen for those of you that forgot, and for those of you that have not seen this. Here it goes. Look up to the screen. Whenever they introduce angles, such as these, an easy way to remember what kind of angles these are, if you look at these two lines, they form a letter here. Do you guys see that letter? So the letter V. These angles are known as vertical. Vertical angles. They're called vertical angles because this angle that points to this angle, those two angles are equal to one another. And if these two angles are equal, that means that this angle is equal to that angle. Therefore, is this equal to this? Yes, because they are vertical. Do you guys see it or no? Okay, let me show you. Here we go. Look up. Did you guys see it or not? Vertical, vertical. That means that they are equal to each other. I know, right? So, 2x plus 7 equals 4x minus 8. Solve that, please. That's what it's supposed to do, yes. Line down the equal sign, minus 2x minus 2x. 7 equals 2x minus 8 plus 8 plus 8. 15 equals 2x, divide by 2, divide by 2. 7.5 equals x. So now, are we done? No. We need to substitute in here to find out what that angle is. So let's do this one first. 2x plus 7. Instead of x, we're going to substitute what? 7.5. So what is 2 times 7.5? 15 plus 7, what is that? 22. So each angle is 22, each angle is 22 degrees. Let's do another one. I sense a disturbance in the force. Here we go. 9 super cube. Focus, please. Find the measurement of that angle. Okay, let's see. Oh, still not yet? Okay, I'll give you guys 20 seconds. Finish. I know. Come on, tomatoes. $25. Oh my goodness. All right, tell me what to write, TK. What do I do? $6y plus 2 equal 5y plus 25. Pass to someone. Nazi. Subtract what? Start with a variable first. Subtract 5y, subtract 5y. Y plus 2 equals 25. And our last step? Minus 2, y equals 23, Michael Jordan. So, are we done? No, we need to find the measurement of the angle. So, which one did you guys use? This one or this one? This one? 6y plus 2, 6 times 23 plus 2. 138 plus 2, that's 140. So this angle right here, it's 140 degrees. Hands, have you got that? Okay. Now, your attention please. Look up. Talking about angles. Here we go. Look up. If I gave you a straight line like this, the angle here, it's 180 degrees. Are we there? Which means, if I look at this line right here that looks like this one, this is 180 degrees. Is that correct? But this angle is cut because of this line. So if this angle is 140, how much is this angle? According to the calculations, it should be 40 degrees. Yes? Sorry? No, go ahead. All right. Let's move on. Example 10Q. Get it? 10Q? Here we go. 5 plus 2. Parentheses, 3x plus 1, close parentheses, equals, okay, 3x plus focus, please. See what you get? Remember, focus on one side first. Get rid of those parentheses. Simplify, and then isolate the variable. Russell, focus. Keep it down, please, so people focus. All right. Let's see. First steps first. Here we go. Distribute. We're left with 5 plus 6x plus 2 equals 3x plus 12. Next, combine like terms. We're left with 6x plus 7 equals 3x plus 12. Are we there so far? All variables to one side. What is the smallest variable? 3x. Subtract 3x, subtract 3x. 3x plus 7 equals 12. Minus 7 minus 7. 3x equals 5. Divide by 3. X equals 1 2/3 or 1.6 bar. Hands if you got that. Okay. That's fine. Questions, comments? We're good? Autographs? No? Okay, at the end. All right, your attention really quick. Hold on, give me a second. Example 10 super cube. Here we go. 10 super cube. 3 parentheses x plus 4 close parentheses equals 2 parentheses 2x plus 2 close parentheses. And by this time, you should be able to do this one by yourself, but let me get you started. First, distribute. This becomes 3x plus. Now, look up, please. This is one common mistake that some of you guys do when you get to parties or, do you call them parties, Miss Bell, or what do you call them? Okay, or your quizzes. Here we go. When you get to your quizzes or our parties, some of you forget to distribute to the second term. So make sure you distribute to both terms. Okay? It's kind of like if I said, this row right here, I'm going to give you a referral, but not these 2 rows. That's not fair, right? So therefore, referral, and referral, I need to distribute. Right. All right, here we go. So this is 12 equals, and then since we cannot simplify anymore, we go to the other side and do the same. Distribute to both terms. This is 4x plus 4. Does this look familiar? Yes. Therefore, see what I did there? Therefore, start with the smallest variable, which is 3x, so I subtract 3x. Subtract 3x. We're left with 12 equals x plus 4. You guys are too loud. Minus 4 minus 4. 8 equals x. One last one of these. Here we go. Example 10 mega cube. Negative 2, open parentheses, 2x minus 1 equals 2, open parentheses, negative 2x plus 1. Keep the answer to yourself. Please let people think. As a matter of fact, no talking for this one. Thank you. No talking. Let's see. Line down the equal sign. Whoa. Line down the equal sign. Distribute. This is negative 4x. And this is positive 2. Give me a second. I'm good. I think I'm just emanating too much power. Equals, distributes. This is negative 4x plus 2. Okay, before you continue from there, if you remember what this is, tell your neighbor what it is, please. All right, go ahead, Abby. Abby says, look up, x equals all real numbers. Hands if you saw that. Now let me show you why. This looks identical to this. That's why this is called an identity. You guys remember that? Because if we go one step further, look up. If we go one step further, plus 4x plus 4x, this cancels and is 2 equal to 2. Yes, that's true. Does it matter which number we substitute here for x? Because it would be here? No, that's why it's all real numbers. Okay? All right. So with that said, number 11. 2 variable equation. Here we go. Write this down. Y equals 2x plus 5. The name of this equation, look up please. The name of that equation is called slope intercept form. Look up, please. It's called slope intercept form. Number one, it's a two-variable equation because it has two variables, x and y. Does everybody see that? All right. Guys, keep it down, please. It's called slope intercept form because it has to be in this order. Which one comes first? Slope. Which one comes second? Intercept. So watch. Look up, please. The coefficient of x is the slope. This 2 is the slope. And the last part is the y-intercept. Y-intercept. Okay? That's why it's called slope-intercept form. Are we there? So now, look up, please. On your graph paper, get that in front of you. Make a coordinate plane. Look up. Make a coordinate plane. Make sure it goes up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It goes up to number 10, going on the positive side. Thank you. Yeah, 10 up. It could be maybe 5 down here or 7. It's up to you. This way, let's make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at least, and 6 to the negative side. Focus, please. All right? So now that we got to the graphing portion, we're going to graph a two-variable equation. Now this is, once again, where some of you get confused. That's why I'm going to go a little bit slower too, so you can understand. Look up, please. Our coordinate plane has two different axes. It has an x-axis, which is this line, this horizontal line, and it has a y-axis, which is the one running north and south, like this, vertical. Everybody see that? So to graph a line, to graph this line, we use the information because it's called slope-intercept form. The first way that I want us to graph is using the slope and the y-intercept. So watch. I need the y-intercept. What is the y-intercept? The y-intercept is where this line, we're barely going to graph it, crosses the y-axis. That means there has to be one of these points here. According to what we found, what was that point? Positive 5. So let's see. So starting from 0, we go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you place your point there. So we started at the point of origin at 0. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because that's the number here, a positive 5. Are we there? Next, I'm going to plot some points using the slope. The slope for this one is 2. But if we write it in fraction form, it becomes 2 over 1. Now, we did cover slope before, right? And the slope, we said, was rise over run. Now, rise, it's either going up or down. If it's a negative, it goes down. If it's a positive, it goes up. The run, it's always to the right. When do we go to the left? Never. Always to the right. Here we go. And that's why some of you got confused when all of a sudden it turned negative. Some of you were going to the left and you made a mess out of the graph. Here we go. So, look up, please. Starting at this point, this tells me to go 2 steps up and 1 to the right. So I go 1, 2, 1 to the right. You plot your point. At that point, you're going to use the slope again and do one more point after that. Here we go. 2 up, 1 to the right. Plot your point. Do it again. Do one more. 2 up, 1 to the right. Plot your point. And now that you have your ruler, go ahead and graph your line. I'm going to do that in blue. If you have your colored pens, that's fine. Make sure you put arrows at the end, and that's how you graph a two-variable equation. How are we doing? Okay. Using that same coordinate plane that you created, I want you to graph this next line by yourself. Here we go. Example 11Q. Here's your equation. Y equals negative 3x plus 8. See if you can graph that one by yourself on that same coordinate plane that you just did. Stop throwing stuff. Don't be lazy and get up and throw your trash, please. Okay, let's see. Ian, help me out. Where do I start? At where? Start at 8. So he said circle the 8. I start at 0. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You plot your point there. Hands if you did that. Okay? Next, we're going to use the slope. Trevor, what do I do? A 1 underneath. So that tells me to do what? He said down 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1 to the right. Plot your point. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 1 to the right. Plot your point. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 1 to the right, plot your point, do it again. 1, 2, 3, 1 to the right, plot your point, and we'll stop right there. Graph your line. I'm going to do that in red. Hands if yours looks something like that. Okay? Tell me how comfortable you feel with these. 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest. Got some 10s, 4s, 5s, 10s. Okay? All right, this is where it gets tricky though. Check this out. Let's look to number 12. Number 12. Graph. There it goes. 4x plus 2y equals 10. All right? Look up to the screen. Is that one in slope-intercept form? No, which means you need to draw a line down the equal sign, and we need to leave y by itself. Y by itself. Which means we need to get rid of x. Is that correct? It's a positive 4x. How do we get rid of it? Subtract 4x. Subtract 4x. Bless you. We're left with 2y equals negative 4x plus 10. Is y already by itself? No, we still have that number next to it. So how do we cancel that? Divide by 2, divide by 2. Y equals, what is negative 4x divided by 2? Negative 2x. What is 10 divided by 2? 5. Do you know how to graph this? Use that same little coordinate plane that you had and graph that line, please. It might overlap with the other ones, but that's fine. All right. You started at 5. Is that correct? Then you went down 2 steps down, 1 to the right, plot your point, do it again. 1, 2, 1 to the right, plot your point, do it again. 1, 2, 1 to the right, plot your point, do it again. And then you graph your line. Hands if it looks like that. Well, I know it's not going to be as perfect as mine, but try. All right. Questions, comments up to right there. We're good? All right, now check this out. Let me get my coordinate plane. Oh, here it is. All right. Your attention, please. Okay. Next, I want you to do another, on the side, do another coordinate plane. I want it to be from 7 to -7, -7 to 7 on the x values also. Hurry up, please. Do a new coordinate plane. Go from 7 on the y to -7. Also on the x from 7 to -7. A new coordinate plane. We're on 11, what? 12 super cube. This one is number 12 super cube. And I want you to graph this line. So if you look up please. Once you get your coordinate plane, graph this line. Now a good way to graph and use reference points, look up. Look where it's crossing here, the y, it's crossing at what? And over here it's crossing at, so make sure you draw your line crossing through those 2 points please. And then arrows at the end. Because now we're going to go backwards. We're going to write an equation given a graph. We're going to write an equation given the graph. So for number 12 super Q, I want you to write on the side, write an equation for the line. Write an equation for the line. Okay? All right, look up, please. So, this is the first thing you do. When you get to this point, they're asking for you to write an equation for this line. This is a two-variable equation because we have x and y. Are we there so far? So the first thing you're going to write is this. Y equals mx plus b. Write that down, please. Y equals mx plus b. Now, this is also the slope intercept form. Slope intercept form, which means the letter m is the slope and the letter plus b is the y-intercept. Are we there so far? Okay. So the first thing we need is the y-intercept. Where is this line crossing the y-axis? At 3, right here. Do you guys see it? Which means in our equation, instead of having plus b, what are we going to write? Plus 3. Are we there so far? Okay. Next, bring down the y, bring down the equal sign, bring down the x. The only thing that we're missing is what? The slope. Look up, please. To find the slope, I'll wait. To find the slope, we need to pick 2 points. Now, let me zoom in so that you understand what I'm talking about in regards to points. Look up to the screen, please. What I mean in regards to 2 points is where your line crosses the little corners here. You see this little corner here that it crosses here? Let me zoom in case you don't see it. Do you guys see that it's crossing this corner here? How about here? No. How about here? Yes. So you're going to pick two corners. So I'm going to pick this corner, plot a point there, and this corner, plot a point there. Therefore, to get from here to here, and let me go back a little bit. Look up to the screen, please. Now, the way we think about slope is, I remember telling the story that I had met a parent over there at the high school. You guys remember that? And then I showed the Google Maps. And then I was going to give directions to the lady to go to Frank Wright from the high school, and I showed her on my phone. And I said, drive through these houses straight, go all the way over there. No, we actually tell them go up so many streets and so many to the right. Same thing here. To get from this point to this point, we need to go how many steps down? 1, and if it's a down, that means it's negative. So we get here, and how many to the right? 1, 2, and that's always positive. So my slope is rise over run, which is negative 1 over 2, and that's my slope. So let me zoom out. And that goes right here, negative 1 over 2, and that's my equation. How we doing? Okay. Let's graph one more line on that same coordinate plane that you created, and I want you to find me the equation. Here we go. I'm going to draw this one in red. Graph that line, please. Do I zoom in? Everybody graph that line already? So, let's write our equation. Here we go. I'm going to leave it zoomed in. So I'm going to write right underneath y equals mx plus b. Mx plus b. Okay? So, the first part, the easy part, is where it intersects the y-axis. Where does it intersect? At negative 2. So right underneath, you're going to write negative 2. Bring down the y, bring down the equals, bring down the x. What are we missing? The slope. You need to pick 2 points where the corners are crossing, right? So watch. How about here? Yes. How about here? Yes. Or how about here? Yes. You can pick 2 points. Doesn't matter which ones. I'm going to pick this one and this one over here. So to get from here to here, that means I'm going to go up how many steps? 1, 2. 2 steps up. And since it's a positive, I just leave it as a 2. So from here to get to this point, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what was my rise? Rise is 2. What is my run? 6. Can we simplify this? 1 over 3. So my slope is 1 over 3. So my equation is y equals x minus 1/3 x minus 2. How are we doing? Yes? All right. So now, Let me show you how they're going to present this in the smarter balance. Here we go. I want you to draw another coordinate plane. Do that one from, let's see, let me zoom out. Let's do also from 7 to -7 and -7 to 7. Make another one, please. I'll give you some time. So, okay, let me zoom in one more time. One at 7, 1, and these over here. All right? So, look up, please. All right, on the smarter balance, they're going to ask you to sketch a line that best fits that data. Now, this is how you go about drawing a line for this. You look at the of all the points, and you're saying, well, it looks like the points are going, and by the way, we always read our graphs from left to right, like if it was an essay or if it was a paragraph. So let me zoom out now. If I go from left to right, we're starting up here, aren't we? Look up, please. We're starting up here, and it looks like all of a sudden it starts going down this way. Does you guys see it? All right? So if it's going down this way, we need to draw a line that best fits all these points. Now, let me show you what some of you did when I left you this home plate, or if Ms. Leal also left it for home plate. Some of you did this. That is not a line. That's a creepy looking thing. I don't know what it is. I was at home and I saw this. I was like, man, I'm about to slap someone. So, check this out. Look up, please. That's why the instructions were draw a line. It has to be a straight line. So this is what you do. Look up, please. Look up. Notice that these points are going from left to right. They're going down. So you need to pick a line. Watch. I'm going to draw a line that kind of goes in that direction. I'm going to start way up here. Is that going in that direction of those points? Yes, but now I'm going to move it, watch, where it splits those points in about half. That half of them are on the top side and half of them are at the bottom side. Is that kind of where it's at? Okay, so check this out. I'm going to straighten this out just a tiny bit. Is that kind of... Yeah, right? So watch. Look up, please. I want you to draw a line that is crossing through here and that goes through all those points like that. Draw your line, please. You're saying, which points, Mr. Q? All these points. I'm talking about this line. Just draw a line that goes through 5 of here and 7 of over here. Do that, please. Draw your line. Now, here we go. Look up, please. Now, why did I draw my line right about there? Because, look up, please. Here's my blue line. How many points are above that line? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many points are below that line? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 and 5. Does everybody see that? Okay. So when you draw a best fit line, it has to split the dots or the points evenly. Even if it doesn't do it evenly, at least come close to. Now that we have that line, now we can write our equation. Here we go. Let's write y equals mx plus b. Focus, please. Y equals mx plus b. So what is the first number that we need? We need our y-intercept. Where does it cross the y-axis? At positive 5, so this is plus 5. Bring down the y, bring down the equals, and the x. Now we need a slope. We need to pick 2 points. So, let me zoom in. Yes, Sergio. You said 5 and what? Okay, you said y-intercept 0, 5. I mean, 0, 5 and 3, 3. There it is. We're going to take these 2 points. Does everybody see those? Take those 2 points on yours. And let's find the slope that goes from here to here. Am I going up or down? Down how many steps? 2 steps. It's going down, so that's -2. How many to the right? 3. So my slope, or my rise over run, is -2 over 3. So my equation should be y equals -2 over 3x plus 5. Everybody see that? Okay. So, let me do this. Give me a second. Where is it? All right, look up, please. Here's what a performance test is going to look like. Okay, look at this one. Let me zoom in. Okay. Look up, please. All right, look at this data. Doesn't that look very similar to what we did? Yes. And once again, on this one, oh wait. This is the one that I mean that some of you just connected the dots. You don't connect the dots because they're asking for you to find a line for that data. So look at it. How many dots do we have? 3, 6, 7 dots. Which means if we split it in half, how many should be on top? 4, and how many on the bottom? Or how about 3 and 3 and 1 right on the line? Yeah, right? So check this out. Tell me if this line is perfect for that. No, because we have how many underneath? All of them. So that means we need to adjust this. Is that pretty close? How many on top? 1, 2, 3, but this is a little bit further up. How about I move this one a little bit further down? Will that be kind of even? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I need to move this one. How about there? That one? Okay. So, follow me on this one. Let's write an equation for this one. Y equals mx plus b. Tell your neighbor what b will be. Get it? All right. Everybody got it? Okay, Carmelita, what is B? Sorry? Carmelita said that it's plus 100. Hands if you agree. That is correct, because that's where it's crossing. All right. How do we find the slope? Because I need to bring down the y, the equals, blank, and x. We need to find the slope. We need to pick 2 points. Is that correct? So watch. I'm going to make 100 and this one right here. Do you see? Let me zoom in. Look up, please. Look at 300. Isn't 300 pretty close to the corner right here? Right here? So watch. I'm going to put another red point right here. And I'm going to find the slope going from the y-intercept to this point. So I'm at 100. If I go down, each one of these seems to be, let's see, what is it scaled? Let's see, about 15 or so. So how many steps down did I take here? 30, very good. And that's a negative. And how many to the right if we start at 0 to 300? 300 steps, that is correct. So my rise over run is 30, negative. Hold on. Somebody's parent is here? Everybody look to the door? Okay. Bye, Bethany. All right, here we go. So negative 30 over 300. Look up, please. Let me zoom out. Can we simplify this fraction? Yes, get rid of some zeros. We're left with negative 3 over 30. Can I simplify negative 3 over 30? It becomes what? Negative 1 over 10. So my equation is y equals negative 1 over 10x plus 100. Is that very simple? Yes? All right, let's take a quick pause, and let's take a little stretcher. Yes? All right, stand up, please. All right, for right now, let's go back to our blank paper. We're still on 2 variable equations. Here we go. Number 13. Change the following equation to standard form. Focus, please. Yeah, on your blank paper. Here we go. Change the following equation to standard form. Y equals 3x minus 7. Guys, focus. Posing. My goodness. Here we go. Standard form should look like this. Look up, please. AX plus BY equals C. That's what it should look like. So, if you draw your line down the equal sign here, what do you notice on this side? That both X and Y are on the same side. Does everybody see that? So now let's do the same to this one. Draw your line down the equal sign. Are X and Y on the same side? That means we need to get X to the other side. Is that correct? So what do I do from there? Savannah. Subtract 3X, subtract 3X. We're left with negative 3x plus y equals negative 7. This is what we call standard form. Both variables are on the same side, but x comes first and then y. Both variables are on the same side, but x comes first and then y. So now, look up please. If that's true, how else can I write this in a different way, like this? I'm going to bring this to this side. Then what goes after? Negative 3x plus y. This is the same as that. Copy that. All right, see if you can do this next one by yourself. Number 13Q. Y equals 4x plus 2. Change that into standard form, please. And write it both ways, like we did right now. Go. Let's see. Whoa. Here we go. Look up. So, to change this into standard form, line down the equal sign, minus 4x minus 4x. We get negative 4x plus y equals 2. Hands if you got that. And the other way that you should have written it is like this. 2 equals negative 4x plus y. Hands if you wrote that. Okay, very good. You need to write it both ways. Here we go. So, graphing, we already did using slope-intercept form. I'm not going to get into cover-up or the table. I'll leave that for you guys. I want to get into systems of equations. Here we go. Number 14. System of equations. Focus, please. All right. This next form is called substitution, solving by substitution. Now, all of us have done it, but some of us did not call it substitution. We just solved it by setting one equation into another. Okay? So here we go. Write these two equations, please. Y equals 2x plus 7. Stop that. And y equals 4x, okay, plus 15. All right. For those of you that this is the first time you see systems, look up, please. A system of equations is when you have two or more two-variable equations. How many do you see here? Two of them. 1, 2. Now, we call it substitution because we're going to substitute this one into this one. You're like, what does that mean, Mr. Q? Why? This one says, shall wait. This one says that y is 2x plus 7, yes? Y is this. So on this equation, we already know what y is. What is y? 2x plus 7. So I'm going to write this like this. 2x plus 7 instead of y equals 2, and I just bring this down. 4x plus 15. Does that look familiar? Solve that by yourself, please. See what you get. Just the first step is the one that was a little tricky. So copy that and solve it, please. Okay, here we go. Look up, please. Can we do anything on this side? No. Anything on this side? No. Get all variables to one side. What is the smallest variable? 2x, so I subtract 2x. Subtract 2x. 7 equals 2x plus 15. From there, we need to get rid of the 15. Subtract 15. Subtract 15. Negative 8 equals 2x. Divide by 2. Divide by 2. Negative 4 equals x. Hands if you got that. So let's do another one. Example 14 cubed. I'm going to go to the right so I can leave that one there as an example. cubed. Solve this one, please. Y equals negative 3x plus 2, and y equals 2x minus 13. See if you can do that one by yourself. Copy that and go. Once again, for 14SQ, make sure you solve for x, then solve for y, and write it as a solution. Copy that and go. All right, let's see. You should have written 5x plus 7 equals 2x minus 2. Is that correct? This is 7. Laying down the equal sign, minus 2x minus 2x. 3x plus 7 equals negative 2. Minus 7 minus 7. 3x equals negative 9. Divide by 3, divide by 3. X equals negative 3. Hands if you got that. Okay? But now we need a y value, is that correct? So we need to use one of these two. Now I'm going to use the top one. Y equals 5, but instead of x, I'm going to write negative 3 plus 7. Y equals negative 15 plus 7. Y equals negative 8. And if you got y equals negative 8, okay? Your attention, please. However, we're not done. The solution has to be written in a coordinate. Negative 3, negative 8, and that's my solution. How are we doing? Yes? All right. It's been an hour since we took a break, so we're going to take this last break because I know it's intense. So, once again, if you're, give me a second. All right, copy this down, please. Example 14, super duper cube. Okay, I'll stop and I'll wait. Here it goes. Write this down. Mr. Q challenges the Saturday Academy students to a race. And let's put that in parentheses, 400 yards. That means one turn around the track, right? Okay. Since Mr. Q is nice, he gives the students a head start of 50 yards, comma. Well, I already did a comma, so semicolon. And the students ran at a rate of 3 yards per second. Mr. Q ran at a rate of 5 yards per second. It's 5 yards. So, all right, here we go. So, question. All right, here it goes again. It says, Mr. Q challenges the Saturday Academy students to a race 400 yards. Since Mr. Q is nice, he gives the students a head start of 50 yards, and the students ran at a rate of 3 yards per second. Mr. Q ran at 5 yards per second. Question number 1. Who wins? Then, when does Mr. Q catch up? All right. Daniel, stop throwing stuff because you're going to help me clean at the end. Yay. All right, here we go. So, here we go. Look up to the screen. In this problem, how many different people are we talking about? We're talking about 2, the Saturday Academy students and Mr. Q. So when you get to these kind of word problems, you need to set up a table to organize your data. So since it's 2 different kinds of people, you draw 2 lines down, 1, 2, and 1 across. The first column, you're going to write students. The next one, you're going to write Q, and over here you're going to write total. And that's just to organize our information, okay? There we go. So let's write an equation for the students. Here we go. What is the rate for the students? They had a head start of how much? So right away you're going to put plus 50. And they ran at 3 yards per second. Do we know how long the race took? We don't, so we're going to write 3x. And if we write a 2-variable equation, this would be y equals 3x plus 50. Are we there? All right. Next. Mr. Q ran at a rate of 5 yards per second. 5x. And if we, all right, hold on, I'll hold off right now, but so far I got some more helpers, Joseph, Santi, Mark, and Pedro, you're saying to help me out. Thank you. All right, here we go. So, did I have a head start? No, so I don't put plus anything, so I'm just going to write y equals 5x. So right here, let's write our system. What is our first equation? Y equals 3x plus 50. What is our second equation? Y equals 5x. Can you solve that using substitution like you did the other one? Yes. Look. What is y for this one? 3x plus 50. For the second one, instead of writing y, what do we write there? 3x plus 50 equals 5x. Let's solve it. Draw your line down the equal sign. We need to get rid of this 3x. So I subtract 3x, subtract 3x. we're left with 50 equals 2x. From there, we divide by 2. 25 equals x. Now, the x, what does that stand for? It's 3 yards per second, so this is 25 what? Seconds. So, let's see, let's substitute that in here. So, it says, when does Mr. Q catch up? That means, when do I have the same time as the student? After how many seconds? 25. So after 25 seconds, let's see where how many yards we're at. So I'm going to substitute in here 25, y equals 5 times 25. What is 5 times 25? Y equals 125 yards. So far, have we finished the race already? How long is the race? 400. So guess who won? Who is the race? That's right. Bam. So the answer is Mr. Q wins the race. He caught up after 25 seconds. 10Q. Fairly simple? Yes? All right. All right. So let's go to the last portion. Here we go. What number are we on? 15. Here we go. Write down the Pythagorean theorem. Okay, we're not going to go through the proof. We already did that in class, but we are going to write the formula. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Okay? So, draw a right triangle, like so. Put a little right angle right here. That means that's 90 degrees. Okay? And for those of you that forgot, here it goes. These two, those are called legs. One of them is A and the other one is B, or vice versa. You can switch them around. This one will always be C. Does everybody see that? And that's always across from the 90-degree angle. Always across from the 90 degree. Okay? So, here we go. With that said, now that we have our model here, draw a little right triangle right here. You sneeze? Oh, bless you. All right, here we go. Write this down. 8, 6, X. Here we go. So, to solve for the missing measurement, let's write this as centimeters. We need to use this formula. So we write A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So which one would be A? So we write here 6 squared plus 8 squared equals X squared. So what is 6 squared? 36 plus 8 squared is equals X squared. So 36 plus 64, that's 100, equals to X squared. Now, this is very similar to inverse operations. Here we don't have a plus, minus, multiplication, or division, but we have a square. What cancels a square? A square root. And whatever we do to one side, we do to the other side. Therefore, X equals, what is square root of 100? Plus minus 10. However, since here we're involving measurement, do we use a negative one? No, because distance and time is always in positive numbers. So we no longer use a negative, so the correct answer is 10 centimeters. How we doing? Let's do another one. Here we go. Example, what was this one? 15. Go to 15 cubed. 15 cubed. Write this down, please. Three, 4, x. Solve for x, please. Go. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Ms. Val? Yeah, if you want, if you can, get up there to the stage. All right, here we go. Walk me through this one. Julian, what is the first step? Keep it down, please. Hold on. Yes, what is the first step? Okay, guys, wait. I can't hear. Go. So you said write a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Very good. Hands if you wrote that. Okay, what do I write next, Julian? 15 squared, 20 squared equals what? X squared. That is correct. These could be switched back and forth. Next, 15 squared is how much? 225 plus 400 equals x squared. This is 625 equals x squared. Square root. Who has that? 25 plus minus equals x. We don't use a negative, so how long does the ladder need to be? 25 feet. Yeah? Okay.